Welcome back to Great Day Houston. Okay, we had Tony Award winners earlier. Now we have Super Bowl champions. Okay, our next guest, his goal today is to share how he's helping the next generation earn extra points in life, from the football field to the school zone. Welcome retired NFL player James Ihedigbo to the show. Good morning.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to try to give this back to you. Okay, let me give that ring back to you. All right, very cool. Your parents immigrated to America.
Yes.
And they did that because they wanted their kids to have the opportunity of great education.
Yeah, you know, growing up in a Nigerian household, education was always instilled, even from my parents from being young, and then of course to myself. And so they, from Nigeria in the early 1980s, traveled to the United States and pursued education, got doctorates in education.
Yeah, they're both educators, right?
Yes, yeah.
All right, so we were joking about this in the green room, and I bring this up often, how Akeem Olajuwon said that his family was like, you know, just stop this basketball business. You need to get your education, even though he owns half of Houston, right? They're like, right? The whole thing, but it is the bedrock. How did your parents look at it when you were like, I really like this sports thing? Yeah,
well, my dad at first was against it. You know, I was playing soccer, and academics is so big. So growing up in a Nigerian household, it's like if you're a lawyer, the next question is, okay, what else are you doing?
You're right.
You know, so
you mean lawyer, engineer, lawyer, surgeon?
And so forth. So there's always that expectation to excel. And so going from playing soccer and then wanting to play football, my dad at first was kind of reluctant until he came and saw my first game. And then he fell in love with it. He was my biggest fan. And you know, the rest was kind of history after that.
Yeah. All right. You played 10 seasons in the NFL, which is huge. Yeah. What is it about sports as a child that you learned that you carry out with you through the rest of your life?
You know, really, the biggest thing is the disciplines. You know, there's disciplines that carry over from, you know, teamwork, you know, working together, adapting to adversity, that, you know, carried over in my life and that really galvanized me with the guys that I played with. There's lifelong bonds that come from, you know, spending time and time again hours with each other. And so that's really something that's special about the game of football.
Yeah, you mentioned adversity, because you never know, no matter how good you are, if you're going to make a team, right? And then, of course, the right team at the right time, at the right moment is what brings Super Bowls.
Yes, exactly. And so, you know, coming from, you know, being undrafted in the NFL, I was always the guy towards the tail end of the roster, fighting, scrapping tooth and nail to make the team. And each year it was favor that was on me to kind of make the roster. But then to win a Super Bowl, you have to have the right chemistry. You have to have the right leaders, and having guys like Ed Reed, who just went into the Hall of Fame, and Ray Lewis, Terrell Suggs, the list goes on of special guys that I played with that allowed us to be able to have that fleet of winning a Super Bowl championship.
Yeah, with the New England Patriots and of course with the Baltimore Ravens. Yeah. All right, so did Tom Brady ever ask about me though?
Tom is a phenomenal guy. Really, he really is. He's a great guy.
You didn't answer my question. No. All right. What's great about celebrity and fame and success like that is that you're able to turn around and help the next generation. Yeah. So tell us what your foundation is about and what you hope to do with that next generation.
Yeah. You know, I firmly believe that, you know, everyone's given a platform. You know, some might be higher than others, but you have an opportunity to impact the people around you. And that's what we really wanted to do, my wife and I, in terms of Hope Africa. We have a charity that gives back to students of African descent to attend colleges and universities throughout the United States. And thank you. And we currently have over 50 students enrolled in colleges and universities throughout the United States.
That's really cool. You know, it's interesting because sometimes people will say, okay, but there are kids here who need help as well. But every child deserves that break, and then the difference is who even has opportunity. And in a lot of those countries, they don't even have the opportunity.
Yeah, and one thing that you find is opportunity is the key to success. And what we want to do with Hope Africa is truly give people that opportunity. Sometimes they might have the goals. Of course, the essays that we review, I mean, are phenomenal, the passion that these young children have, but they just need the financial boost. And that's what we're able to do in really giving them an opportunity to achieve their dreams.
Yeah, all right. You have Kiddie Academy.
Yeah.
I love it. So you're getting them young, right? You're getting them conditioned young.
It's full circle, you know, from starting with, you know, my parents being in education, and then growing up with that foundation, and then also starting Hope Africa. Well, now it's kind of full circle, having early childhood education as well. And my mother, Dr. Rose, who has her PhD in early childhood education, as an author as well with her books, Sandals in the Snow, has also been our executive director in terms of our kiddie academies, and really helped cultivating the success that we've had and the environment with our curriculum implementation.
Is it too late to send a 15-year-old boy to the kiddie academy? My son might be
I'm always open for other mentees, so yeah.
All right, reading with a pro.
Yeah, so we something that we do that's fun. It's the start of the football season. The Texans have their games coming up Monday night, and so we want to do something where we can incorporate that along with incorporating reading and the importance of reading with our children as a young age. So we have Reading with a Pro coming up at our League City East and West locations with Wade Smith, who's a former Houston Texan.
Wade. He actually wrote a book too, right?
He wrote a book. Smitty hits the books, and so he's going to come and read to our kids, and that's coming up September 10th, and we're really excited about that.
Yeah, and the important thing about that, of course, you get a lot of kids who want to go from A to Z and forget about M, right? Yeah. It's like, I don't need that reading stuff. I'm going to play football. I'm going to play ball, right? So the importance of that education, whether you ever play pro sports or not.
Yeah, education is always the cornerstone. So if you're able to make the fleet of playing professional football, that's definitely something to be happy about. But you always have to have the foundation in your education and being on top of that. And
be able to read your contract.
Yeah, being able to read and understand your contract.
Right.
Exactly.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you so much for having me.
All right. For more information on retired NFL player James Ihedigbo, and to keep up with what he's doing in the community, we have a link on greatdayhouston.com.